Born on July 13th, 1940 in Mirfield, England, Sir Patrick Stewart is a British actor, producer, and director who is best known for his roles as Captain Jean-Luc Picard on Star Trek: The Next Generation and as Professor Charles Xavier in the X-Men film franchise. Growing up in an abusive home, Stewart is a die-hard advocate for women's rights and anti-domestic abuse organizations. Stewart also spent 2 decades in the Royal Shakespeare Company before moving to television, film, and cartoons. But you already knew that. So, here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Patrick Stewart. Number 10. He's been bald for quite some time. One of Stewart's defining characteristics is that he's bald. But that didn't come about through old age. Stewart suffered from a condition called alopecia areata when he was 18. It is a condition which causes hair loss of the scalp, face, and other parts of the body. Number 9. He was introduced to acting by his English teacher. While attending school, Stewart's English teacher, Cecil Dormand, handed him a copy of the works of Shakespeare and told him to, quote, get up on his feet and perform, which he did, and has never stopped since. Number 8. He was a newspaper reporter. Before he became famous, Stewart was a reporter and obituary writer at the Mirfield and District Reporter. Stewart would frequently attend auditions while he was supposed to be working, and, according to his brother, he would just make up stories to put in the paper. Number 7. He once took an acting job so he could do home repairs. Every actor at some point struggles to find work, and old P. Stew was no exception. In 1985, Stewart took the role of a Russian general in the film Wild Geese 2, a role he confesses was embarrassing. The reason he took the job? He was out of money and needed to fix a drafty window. Number 6. He loved Beavis and Butthead. You wouldn't think that a classically trained Shakespearean actor would enjoy the irreverent humor of Beavis and Butthead, but during an interview in 2004, Stewart confessed he loved watching the show, which he called a, quote, borderline addiction. Number 5. None of the Star Trek cast and crew knew who he was. Though Stewart had made a name for himself as an actor over in Europe, the cast of Star Trek had no idea who he was. In fact, he was such an unknown that when the LA Times reported on the show, they simply called him Unknown Shakespearean British Actor. Ouch. Number 4. He is a licensed race car driver. Stewart has always been a fan of fast cars and racing. So much so that he even worked it into Star Trek eventually. In particular, he loves Formula One racing and has a license to compete in the sport and has participated in several celebrity races. Number 3. After being cast in Star Trek, he didn't unpack for 6 weeks. Neither Stewart or his agents had any faith that Star Trek: The Next Generation would be a success. Stewart was so sure that he would be fired after the pilot that he didn't even bother unpacking his suitcase because he figured, what was the point? Number 2. He initially turned down the role of Professor X. When director Bryan Singer asked Stewart to play the part of the psychic mutant, he turned it down, unsure of what he could bring to the role. It wasn't until Singer sat him down and told him the human rights underlying theme of X-Men did he finally take the part. Number 1. Gandalf officiated his wedding and Data was his best man. Nothing, and I mean nothing you do in your life will be as cool as that line I just read. When Stewart married his third wife, Sunny Ozell, in 2013, he asked for a little help from some of his famous friends. Ian McKellen, who Stewart has been longtime friends with, officiated his wedding, while friend and fellow Star Trek alum Brent Spiner was asked to be his best man. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this that are uploaded weekly, please hit subscribe. If there is a certain celebrity that you would like to see featured in an upcoming video, please leave their name in the comment section below.